Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, where today we are doing the 6-song roundup, episode 35. Apologies if there's any odd noises. My window is open, my fan is on, and my room still feels like I am sat inside of Satan's ass crack. It is roasting. So, without any dawdling, let's get straight into this with track number 1. It's by the band Neverbloom, and this is their song Clarity. This is just over 3 minutes and 20 seconds, I believe. You get a slight build, or fade into a build more so, before you really get an enjoyable guitar riff. That starts up, there's these chunky drums underneath it. Smooth vocals from the female vocalist feel effortless over the top of all of this. They flow really well, they hold their own, they don't get lost within the instrumentation. Her screams are also done really well. A very solid mid-tone note that she knows how to do some different things with. Great control, great range displayed throughout the song, honestly, if I'm being completely honest. And then it slows right down to the end, where we get this amazing, just clean fade out for a very, very solid track. Also, I will apologise if I sound any different. I have a burst taste bud on the tip of my tongue, and it's really fucking annoying because I keep catching it on like the underside of my teeth. Very sore. Burnt it on pizza, if anyone cares. So yeah, that was Neverbloom and Clarity. Definitely a band I recommend checking out. Moving forward, we have track 2, which is by the band Hanging the Nihilist, and this is their song To the Sound of Madness. This is about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, if I remember correctly. Slightly different vibe here. We start with these thick, gravelly, gnarled vocals like that are growling at you. We get these fast-paced drums, solid guitar riffs, with some faint choirs almost behind it, like way behind it. It uses the pacing of the song very well. It like slows up for this more doom feeling, instilling a sense of dread in your gut. And then it picks right back up where we get these blast beats, these fast vocal deliveries, the more like metalcore style approach to things. And like I said, the same can be said with the vocals, where they use pacing for vocals. You've got these like more held notes, the fast delivery notes, the more toned down, methodical, slow, plodding delivery of like lines. Like there's the choppy, slow method. It's just, it feels like the pacing of the song between the instrumentation and the vocal delivery is very methodical in this song. Honestly, a very well-crafted song by a really solid band. Not the first time I've heard Hanging the Nihilist. They are generally pretty well received for their music. I've enjoyed most of what I've heard of their stuff, and this was no exception to that. Moving on, we have track 3, which is by the band Beguiler, and this is their song Plague Ridden Rats. This is just over 3 minutes long. You get a quick start here. Everything starts literally immediately. The guitars sound really, really clean, really good. The drum work, I would honestly say it was probably a standout for most of this song to me. I'm just a slut for good drum work. I love it. Just the same way I'm a bit of a slut for violins and saxophones incorporated into my metal music. You give me something that can add an entire new layer or vibe or feel, and I will love it. But yeah, the drum work in this is really, really clean. The vocals flow well, leaving room for areas to breathe, areas for like the past like lines to stand a bit, whilst they also managed to keep a quick pacing and using a few different held notes here and there to like draw things out, make things feel a bit more elongated. And there's like some slight changes to the vocal delivery here and there, as it is a fairly set style of vocal throughout the entire song. But it very much fitted this song, this sound, this vibe. And the vocalist has a very good control over the sound that they can do. So it's obvious it's something they've been, or kind of like got down to a niche. Like every vocalist has their signature sound, as I like to say. And I would say from this one song of Beguilers that I have heard, this probably is their signature sound. This like thick, heavy, thought out pacing. Something in my eye. And moving on, we have track number 5. This is going, track number 4, sorry. This is going actually much quicker than I thought, and I've written a fair bit for each song. This is the band Caliban and their song Alien. This is about 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So, the German metalcore legends at this point, they've been around since like 1997, I think. So, I think they've earned legend status at this point. They're always reliable for a fucking great track. And again, with Alien, this is no different. It's a slightly slower paced song to some of their other stuff, but the guitar work, the drum work are just as masterful as always. Going back to the signature sounds and signature vocals I was talking about, with Caliban, that is always present there. They have their signature sound, and this is very much in that wheelhouse. Like I said, there's a good display of their growls, their gutturals, their more heavier vocals, and then there's that like sung spots. Like it's not clean singing, but it's not like screamed. It's kind of like that Fry vocal mid-range where it's like if a clean vocal and a heavier vocal had like a baby, this is that sort of style of singing, and that's used for some spots here and there on the chorus. And it's a really fun track to listen to. It's got a very peculiar music video if you're into that. It's like some sort of space like prisoner thing, and jumpsuits with QR codes and eye makeup, and yeah, it's an interesting video, but a very, very, very good song. Moving on, we have track 5, which is from the band Exit Eden. This is Femme Fatale. This is about 5.5 minutes long. So the trio of female vocalists showcase a unique signature of styles over a stylish, sleek, symphonic metal backing song. The more operatic choruses really show the range of each of the 3 singers, while seeing them each get their own verse to play around with and show what they can do in a more controlled setting where they're not belting out like for the chorus. I don't actually know the names of the other 2 women, I forgot to look that up, but all 3 of them have their own sounds, so you can kind of work out who is doing which chorus. Each person sounds slightly different when they're going more for it in the chorus. Like they each have their own notes they can hit, their own like tone, and obviously their accents have that different inflections. So everything makes each person sound super unique and super like present on the track. The guitar solo was fucking awesome. And then towards the end, Clementine, she's the only one I know in this band. She is the female vocalist for Visions of Atlantis, who I really enjoy. She whips out this like French spoken word before like the end of the song. It is just honestly a Very, very fun track if you're into symphonic operatic metal, if you like female fronted bands. Really, really recommend checking out Exit Eden. And then that brings me on to my final track for today, which is The Bullet Dodger and their song Abysmal, which is 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So, The Bullet Dodger. This is Sharpie, who used to be the vocalist of the band Boris the Blade from Australia before their unfortunate separation. He started this side project, but he's only done about 2 songs in 2 years of the YouTube channel being active. But this one starts hard with these deep vocals cutting in, and you get a short verse in that, like everything's going nuts. There's like these heavy drums, heavy guitars. It's really just in your face metal, and then it cuts back, and then like it's this almost like trap style beat, and Sharpie starts like rapping over the song. The rap work kicks in. It's really well done. Really like for something he didn't do on like Boris the Blade and stuff like this, I was surprised at how good a rapper he was on it. If I'm just being honest. Like I said, and that's like a fairly long verse, and then we go straight back into the metal vocals again, where we get another like verse or 2, I think it is, and then the trap beat comes back, we get another like rapped verse, and the metal vocals, the drum work, the trap beats, the blast beats, the clean like just meshing of it all is really, really fun. Like I said, the way that this is all produced, put together, it makes me kind of gutted that we've only got 2 songs of it so far. So, Sharpie, if you fucking somehow see this, brother, if you have the chance, make some more, because I definitely want it, and I'm assuming there's other people that want it too. Obviously, you're a busy man, though. I don't know why I'm talking like he's watching this. He definitely isn't. But yeah, it's a very easy to vibe to song. And as someone that's got a foul mouth, I love it when he drops the line, and I'm a fucking cunt. Like, it's like the one thing that the Aussies and the English love to say is fucking cunt. And god damn it, is it fun to hear it in a metal song. So with that being said, that is all for today's 6-song roundup. And I've actually managed to be coming up with some more ideas for videos for the future, because I was running out. So what we will be doing next will be the 2 EP review of Forgetting the Memories and their EP Separate by Time and Voidbringer's Wasteland. So looking forward to that. That being said, I will see you all in the next video, and remember to stay safe out there, my friends. Goodbye.